What is up, y'all? We are back and we are going to talk some more Sixers basketball. Check out this fire photo I found behind me of the Sixers' old big three, Ben Simmons and Embiid, and then number 12, and then you got Thibault in the corner there. I don't know, I was just browsing the internet. I was like looking for a background, and I was like, you know what? This one low-key could be fire. So yeah, we're gonna talk about the Sixers today, and specifically the players on their team right now and which ones they should keep and which ones they should let walk. The last time we talked about Sixers basketball, we talked about which route they should go in terms of signing a superstar or signing a bunch of role players, but we didn't really get that much in depth about the players on our team right now, and which ones we should keep and which ones we should let walk. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. Let's get right into the action. So, first of all, shout out to Real GM. This website's kind of fire. I'm not gonna lie, because they show you all the guys that are free agents on your team. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of go down the list and determine which ones I think the Sixers should keep and which ones they should let walk. So right off the bat, we have Mo Bamba. This guy should walk. He is trash. He's tall, but he can't rebound or play defense that well. I watched almost every Sixers game this year, and there were maybe two good games the whole season from Mo Bamba. The one good thing this guy does for a center is shoot the three, but if we get other 3-point shooters, that shouldn't be an issue. There is no reason to keep Mo Bamba. He was awful, especially when we needed him most when Embiid was hurt. Like this guy was terrible. There is no reason to keep Mo Bamba on this team. Then we get to Nicholas Batum. This is the first guy I'm going to say, yes, we should keep as long as he doesn't retire. I would be so down to keep Nicholas Batum. Yes, I got frustrated with Nicholas Batum multiple times this season. However, this guy plays great when Embiid is on the floor. He's also a good passer, and he's better than bum ass Tobias Harris inbounding the ball, but he can get the ball to Embiid when he's down low. He can also pop a corner three. This guy is miles better than PJ Tucker ever was at shooting those corner threes. And he also gives solid defense. You remember that game 5 when he blocked Jalen Brunson to send it to overtime? That was awesome. That was so fire. If Nicholas Batum is not retiring, I'd be so down to keep him. He should come back. Next on this list, we got Robert Covington. This guy, it's unfortunate. He didn't play a lot this year. I thought if we were going to ever have to play Boston in the playoffs, he would be huge because he's played some good defense on Tatum when they've played. I don't know what the fuck is going on. It's fucking glitch. I don't know. But anyways, Robert Covington, good defender. However, he's been out for so long, we don't really know what he's gonna look like when he comes back. So if I had to lean anyway, I would just say no because we don't know what he's gonna look like. But if he's coming back on like a minimum or something like that, then maybe, who knows? Next, we've got Jeff Doughton Jr. Sounds like a NASCAR driver. Shout out Run It Back Philly for making that connection. I think it's funny. Jeff Doughton Jr. really didn't play that much this year. He was fine when he played, but like, I don't know. Like, he's just a guy to me. Like, if we keep him, we keep him. If we let him walk, we let him walk. It is what it is, kind of thing. Now I'm sounding like Ben Simmons saying it is what it is, but I don't really care if we keep him or not. Just don't prioritize him over some of these other guys on this list. Okay. I shouldn't have to say anything, and you guys know what I think about this guy. No, there is no shot in hell that we should keep Tobias Harris on this team. This guy is an absolute bomb, and he sucks. Yes, we would bring him back on a cheaper deal, but I cannot stand to watch this guy play basketball anymore. I am done. I'm done with Tobias Harris. I've had to watch this guy for 5 years, and he makes me want to gouge my eyes out every single time he steps on the floor in the playoffs. Stab my eyes out. I swear to God, he is terrible. So, big fat no to Tobias Harris. I'd rather have Mo Bamba back than Tobias Harris, and I think that's saying something. So, anyways, moving on. Next, we've got Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield, we got him at the trade deadline, and when he first pulled up to Philly, this guy could not miss. He looked like Seth Curry and JJ Redick 2.0. He was on fire. I have never seen a shooter like this, other than Seth Curry in the playoffs, because Seth Curry was him in the playoffs. But this guy was insane. And then the All-Star break hit, and he fell off a cliff. This dude was unplayable in the postseason outside of game 6 when he was on like a light. However, if the price is right, I'd bring Buddy Hield back. That's just me. I feel like I feel like he's just going to get a full offseason with the team. I feel like that could help him a lot, help him learn Embiid's tendencies a lot more, because that's the reason we brought him in, was to play with Joel Embiid, not to play with these other guys, but just to play with Joel Embiid. I feel like in offseason they could develop Chem, and Buddy Hield could be a lot better next season if we were to give him a shot. But the price would have to be right. We cannot overpay for this dude, especially if we're going the superstar route. Next on this list, Kyle Lowry. I'd be down to bring Kyle Lowry back as long as we're not giving him a shit ton of money. I would be down for some more Kyle Lowry. Just he cannot be playing as big as a role as he played towards the end of the season. And that's not a diss on Kyle Lowry. I'm not saying he sucked or he was terrible. This dude is like 38. I think he's 39 now. He cannot be playing 30 plus minutes a game. He's got to have a light role, or else this man's going to get tired because he's old. And that's okay, Kyle Lowry, because in the time that you played, you were an absolute dog. You tried. You gave it everything you had in the tank, and I respect that. I mean, you're a local dude. I would be so down to bring Kyle Lowry back. Just don't make him work more than he has to. Next up, we got KJ Martin. Once again, I mean, KJ Martin was solid this year, but there were times where he was so unbearable. It's like I don't really care if KJ Martin comes back, and I'd be fine if he came back. I'd be fine if he left. It's like I don't care what happens to KJ Martin. I'm gonna be honest. And that's no diss on KJ Martin. There were some games where he was good. Spurs game, especially when he had that lob dunk, that was insane. I mean, the dude has athletic ability. So, I mean, if you can't find any athletes in free agency, you might as well just bring him back, because he'll give you everything that he has in terms of athleticism. He can get up there and grab those rebounds, which would have been nice in that New York series. I'm not gonna lie. It would have been interesting if KJ Martin played. He might have been total dog shit and might have seen him for 5 minutes and never again. But at the same time, he could have been a useful piece. So maybe we could bring KJ Martin back. Who knows? But I wouldn't prioritize him over this next guy or some of these other guys. I would bring back Buddy Hield and Kyle Lowry and Batum over KJ Martin for sure. This next guy, he's coming back, I swear. If he doesn't come back, you'll catch me on jumping off the top of a building. Tyrese Maxey's got to come back. I swear to God, if Daryl Morey lets him walk, I am finding his house and I'm going to say some nasty words to him. Tyrese Maxey's got to come back. Granted, he's a restricted free agent, so we're going to be able to re-sign him. Like, if out of all the guys on this list, I have the most confidence that Tyrese Maxey will be back here. I mean, he's a stud. I mean, it's just like, what, his 4th year and then his 3rd year of like starter playing time. Like, this dude's a stud. I mean, you could tell he wants it. I know he had a shitty game 6, but this guy wants it. We need him back. Yeah, Tyrese Maxey's an all-star. I mean, he's a stud. We need him back on this team. Next up, we got DeAnthony Melton. I don't really know with DeAnthony Melton. I mean, for chemistry, it would probably be good if he comes back. But this year he was just not it. And I mean, he was hurt a lot this year, so that fucked with a lot of the momentum he could have gotten over the season. You would know this because I didn't talk about this online at all, but I thought DeAnthony Melton was going to be really good this season for the Sixers. I thought he was going to average like 15 points a game. I thought he was going to do much better than he did last year, especially because he was starting at the beginning of the year, but he just kind of never delivered. I mean, he's a good defender. He tries his ass off. He's short, but he can grab those rebounds, which is good. I mean, we can bring DeAnthony Melton back. It's like, but I would prioritize some other guys. Like, if you can somehow, I know he's not a free agent, but if you can land like Alex Caruso in a trade, there's no reason to bring DeAnthony Melton back, in my opinion. Like, so if it's like you can't land any other guard players or not that many guard players, bring DeAnthony Melton back. but I wouldn't be that upset if he walked. I'm gonna be honest. Next, this is the guy outside of Tyrese Maxey I want back the most. Kelly Oubre Jr. I mean, this guy, he's a dog. He tried. He tried all the time. He wasn't that efficient, but my God, he sure tried. He was one of my favorite players to watch this year. He was what Tobias Harris should have been his whole time here. Like Kelly Oubre is just a dog. When was the last time we had an athletic wing on this team outside of Jimmy Butler? Like Iguodala was the last one. We got to get Kelly Oubre back here. And if you don't do it, Daryl Morey, I'm gonna be pissed. Another guy I want back here is Campaign. He provided a spark in the playoffs, and this dude is fun to watch. I mean, he's not scared of the moment. I would be so down to bring Campaign back. Campaign was a dog. I mean, he's not the greatest defender, but in a bench role, I think he would be just fine coming back on this team. I mean, Oubre and Campaign both said they would love to come back, so why not? Let's keep that chem building. And then Turquavion Smith, same thing as Jeff Dowden. It's like he can come back if he wants, as long as we're not paying him that much. I'm chill with it. Um, he had the one game against Charlotte where he came in and dropped 6 points in like a minute, and he had like the greatest plus minus like in NBA hit or some. He had like the greatest field goal percentage in NBA history or some shit like that. That's the only thing I really remember about Turquavion Smith. What Ricky Council was, I thought Turquavion Smith was going to be honestly. So I mean, Turquavion Smith can come back. I mean, maybe he can get better. If he does, it'd be a W. But if he walks, he walks. I'm gonna be honest. So yeah, guys, I really want to come back. Batum, I would say Kyle Lowry, Kelly Oubre, and Campaign. Guys, I would be, and obviously Tyrese Maxey. And guys, I would be like chill with coming back. I'd be like, I'd be happy if they came back. Buddy Hield, um, I would say KJ Martin. I don't remember if I threw Kyle Lowry, but I'd be down for Kyle Lowry to come back as well. Melton, I'd be chill with him coming back, and Campaign, I'd be chill. Pretty much the only guys it's like I don't want to come back are this guy and Mo Bamba. I'm like, I don't, I I hope they don't come back. And then the others, it's like, yeah, if they came back, I wouldn't really care. It's fine. But yeah, those are my opinions. If you agree with them, that's awesome. If you disagree with them, if you're watching this, put a comment. Tell me who you want to come back, who you don't want to come back. But yeah, I'm just a guy yapping who doesn't know ball. Peace.